What's up, everybody? Look, I'm gonna try not to make this video too long, but it's hard in this world, in this society. For me, at least, it's hard to trust anybody. I think I just came to the realization that my whole life, I don't really think I've trusted anybody. I may have had infatuation with a few people, called it love. I may have had dependence on people, called that love. And yeah, I appreciate, people who stepped up to raise me, but even that, I can see the motives behind it. There's always an agenda, always a hidden motive, and makes it really, really difficult to trust. Now, with that acknowledged, for me, I understand that if I'm experiencing a lack of trust around me, if I've been experiencing that my whole life, what type of conditioning has been programmed in me as a result of that? Where does that come from? Yeah, there may be certain traumas that I can look back to where, I started to build up a shell that's led to no trust at all. But this world is a reflection of your internal state of being. So for me, if my childhood put me in a shell, put me in this phase where I was just operating like a bot. Um, Look, my name is Xavier Green. 28 years old. And I'm going to heal myself in front of all of you. I've come a long way already. But even with the pendulum swinging as it is, in the direction that it is, I understand that it's headed back the other way, and it's time for me to put some gusto behind this swing. So trust. I think that my internal state of being has been a position where I don't trust myself, where there were so many things that I let myself down on, and part of it, I guess, was me not claiming, realizing my own independence and understanding that now was the time to do whatever it is that I claim to want to do, you know? Now was all the time that we got. And when you tell yourself you're going to do things and you don't, you can write it off like it's nothing, right? But each time you do it, it adds up. Each time you do it, something is taken from you, you know? You start building up a resistance to yourself, to your own world, to your own words, building up mistrusting yourself, and it'll manifest as people in your life, people, places, situations in your life, things happening around you that cause a feeling of distrust simply because that's your internal state of being, you know? So, how do we transmute that? How do we transmute that? For one, let's talk about the law that we're dealing with. If we look at the 7 Hermetic principles, even adding in the 8th principle of care, we have mentalism, we have correspondence, we have vibration, polarity, rhythm. Cause and effect and gender. This is a deeply rooted problem, for me, anyways. So it goes closer to the top of the chain as far as what I need to do in order to change this, you know. Law of vibration, principle of vibration says that every thought, emotion, mental state has its corresponding mode and rate of vibration. And if you can master that principle, then at will you can create certain mental states and emotions simply by by polarizing yourself to a certain, you know, vibration. So I've been polarized. I've been operating, you know, in a certain um on the lower end of trust where there was almost a lack of it. So for me, the best course of action, more than likely, to begin to raise that frequency of trust within myself would be to do small things. Small things. Tell myself small things. It can be simple, like I'm gonna make myself breakfast today. And then even if I don't feel like doing it. Or I'm gonna pay off this credit card. I'm gonna, you know, I'm gonna go to the gym and work out this long, do this. It doesn't have to be large. It could be really, really small, but little things like that, cracks in the shell that will add up over time. For me, trust has to be at the center of the work that I do right now, because without trust, I'll never be ready for a healthy relationship with another person, much less a healthy relationship, with my son. I don't want, my vibration in regards to trust, the plane that I've been operating on in regards to trust, to, impact my ability to connect with, people closest around me. I've seen too much and been through too much pain already. It's enough of that. It's time to do better. It's time to be better. I don't have help. I don't really have a support system. I am that for myself. But just because that's my story doesn't mean that that has to be everyone else's. Just because I'm hurt and having to support myself doesn't mean that, I can't be that support for somebody else who's in a similar position. If nothing else, just so that they can say they got me. Look, I don't know how often I'm going to do these videos. All I know is that I'm going to keep uploading, and I'm going to make sure that you all get to watch me grow. You all get to watch me use the law and operate as a master right in front of you. And hopefully the things that you see me do on this channel inspires you to go after the things that you want and use the law to create the life that makes you feel fulfilled. That's just me. I am the spark.